Welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, the titans of industry shaping our future. We're not just talking about success stories, we are diving deep into the hearts and minds to see what drives them. I'm Ferdy Salvador. Join us as we shed a light on the transformative initiatives that is shaping the future of health and wellness. Today, we have a visionary guest who is revolutionizing the way Filipinos approach nutrition and well-being. Let's explore the inspiring story and journey of Juana Manahan Yupangco, the founder of Mesa and Misis, and talk about her mission to empower communities through healthy eating habits. Join us as we shed light on the transformative initiatives that's shaping the future of health and wellness. Today, we have a visionary guest who is revolutionizing the way Filipinos approach nutrition and well-being. Let's explore the inspiring journey of Juana Manahan Yupangco, the founder of Mesa and Misis, and talk about her mission to empower communities through healthy eating habits. Stay tuned for an eye-opening discussion on the power of food as medicine and the ripple effect of a healthier population on our economy and well-being. You're watching Industry Beacon. Welcome back to Industry Beacon, in a world where progress meets preservation, where innovation intertwines with conservation. We find ourselves at the crossroads of sustainability. Here with us today is one of the visionaries who is shaping a greener, more sustainable future for generations to come. Miss Juana Yupangco of Mesa and Misis. Good morning, Juana. How are you?
Good morning, Ferdy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. So what you're doing is very important and interesting. Tell us about your beginnings with Mesa and Misis.
So I really started Mesa and Misis to champion local vegetables. Filipinos only eat about 30 to 40% of the recommended vegetables in their diet. So this in turn leads to a lot of non-communicable diseases, just not enough diet diversity. You know, as Pinoys, we love our salty, we love our sweet, we love our lechon so much. But this puts us at #1 in Asia for cardiovascular disease. Everyone you know has hypertension and diabetes, or if they don't have it, they're about to get it.
Right.
And it's all from food. So the idea of Mesa and Misis started by how do I get people to eat vegetables, not imported stuff that costs tons of money coming into the country, but local stuff, our bahay kubo vegetables.
Is this because of a inspiration of something, or is it because your personal health? How did it springboard from any of those?
A little bit of both. So we had this longtime family driver who's been with me for 30 years, and suddenly he was sick. And what healed him was a plant-based diet. He was eating okra, kangkong, alugbate, fruits and vegetables, and he came back more vibrant and healthier than ever. The next was members of my own family who started having high cholesterol, diabetes. And I said, you know what? Let's try this as a family. I don't want to spend a lot of money, so let's eat our bahay kubo vegetables. And one by one, I started seeing their blood work improve cholesterol, improve blood sugar. And we've just stuck with it. And Mesa and Misis is really formed to spread the word, to teach people to take control of their health.
I know you came up with a book. Is it one book or two books already?
I've got 2 books for
Two
you.
books. So you're also an author. I love it, Juana. This is super cool. I mean, obviously, you look quite healthy because of vegetables. But is this an advocacy or a movement for you?
It started off as an advocacy, but now, 7 years into this journey, it has become a movement. So I spread the word through my cookbooks, my social media, just meeting people like you, people inviting me into their communities to learn more about how to enjoy a healthy diet on not so much money.
Yes. What about dietary diversity? It's the first time I've ever heard of it, actually. But how does it impact our economy or the economies of those individuals that you're targeting?
Yeah, so diet diversity is a term coined by the FAO, and it refers to people eating a little bit of everything. So I'm sure you've heard the term eat the rainbow, right? So that's fruits, vegetables, fish, meat, a bit of everything, and well balanced. And that's because we get our micronutrients from eating a little bit of everything. Now, this impacts especially Filipinos because we tend to stick to eating the same thing. And it happens to me. I'm sure it happens to you. In a week, you're just eating the same stuff. And you're lacking in many different micronutrients. And the way this affects people is that you're not getting everything that your body absolutely needs. And eating processed food is not going to help you get any healthier, which lacks nutrients.
So what you're saying, of course, if you're lacking nutrients, it becomes a ripple effect to your health, right? So how does your movement, if I may call it that, affect individuals economically?
So when people think, I'm going to eat healthy, I can't do it, it's expensive. Guess what's more expensive? The hospital.
Absolutely.
Medicine. So we're teaching people to invest in learning how to cook simple, delicious dishes using local ingredients. This in turn leads to savings financially down the road when you don't have to spend for the hospital, for medicine. We hear of so many families who have their parents work hard, send the children to school, and in the end, the kids have to drop out of school, get a job, borrow money, all to support somebody's failing kidneys because they didn't eat properly. They're drinking too much. They're not exercising.
Yes. So based on what you've just said, it's basically to prevent or to not even prevent, but to help them become healthier individuals, right?
And that turns into a healthy workforce and a healthy economy.
Right. What about healthy economy is absolutely important. That's what I was going to ask you. Is this just city-based? Is it around the country that you're dealing with at the moment?
So I'm all over Metro Manila. Recently, I finished a couple of projects in Ormoc, helping them to create their own healthy diet plate using local ingredients that are very near to the Ormoc city.
Do you believe in what grows together goes together?
Absolutely. So Ormoc, I love okra. They have a lot of okra, a lot of wombok, all these things that are endemic found there. They're just growing on the side of the road. So we teach them new ways to eat it.
Who are you teaching? Males, females, mothers, fathers?
We started with a group of women, and the reason they're women is because women can impact at least 1 to 4 people. They're the mothers, they're the wives, they're the ones influencing their families. Next, I'm going back soon, and we're changing the population to include males because our results were so good on the first run. And I hope this is something that we can continue to expand. We used to do a little more private things for corporate because big corporations do realize that a healthy workforce brings down the use of the insurance, brings down cost. So
Are they more productive?
Yes, more productive. Their minds are clearer, their skin is clearer, they're healthier, they're thinner. They've got more energy to last through long shifts. So I speak to a lot of people at big corporate settings to really enhance their way of life.
Wow, of course, you made mention Ormoc, and you're talking to or empowering women to go on a vegetable-based menu.
Yes.
Right? What's the difference pala between a plant-based and a vegetable-based menu?
It's about the same. So before, when I would say vegan, vegetarian, medyo natatakot yung mga tao.
Right, so they're afraid of it, yeah.
Afraid of it. So we started using the term plant-forward.
Okay.
And this actually means that in your plate, you've got 50% vegetables, a little bit of whole grains, and just a little bit of your fish, your meat, your chicken. And it really is about increasing your intake of vegetables. The vegetables which grow around you and don't cost that much.
Okay, I was going to ask you about cost. If you're like, for example, me, I'm pescatarian, and I try to be organic. Obviously, I need to learn more about it. However, it does get expensive. What are your views on vegetables being more expensive? Because obviously, we don't get certain vegetables in the country from the stuff I like beautiful broccoli and stuff like that, right?
Well, that's why we really advocate eating bahay kubo vegetables. So NEDA recently came out with a number, and that number was 64 pesos a day. I took a
And what number does that refer to?
Sorry, 64 pesos a day for somebody to eat, not food poor, is what the term was, I believe.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So when I saw that headline, I took a look at the recipes. We have all of our recipes budgeted. It's not exactly 64 pesos. So that if
In your experience?
In my experience. Okay. That comes out to like 21, 22 pesos per meal,
Wow,
right?
okay.
Per serving.
So 3 square meals, 60 plus pesos.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
it's not too far from it.
Not too far. So I took a look at some of the dishes that we have, which are completely costed and it's portioned out. And some of them, pasok siya.
So it's within...
Within
Okay.
that, but folks, this does not include meat. Wala po siyang karne.
Right.
No baboy, no chicken, no fish.
Yes.
Puro gulay lang po
Yes,
to.
because we will get questioned by that. Because,
We will get questioned by that,
because per
but-
kilo already of chicken...
Exorbitant.
Yes.
So we look at other forms of protein, and that comes in plant-based protein. I wrote my master's thesis on getting plant-based protein from our local legumes, which we have a lot of. They're cultivated in the north, and I potentially see this as a source of income for more people. So you grow more beans, beans capture nitrogen, heal the soil, and when you plant your next crop, if it's rice, if it's vegetables, your soil is now nitrogen rich. You don't have to buy artificial nitrogen anymore. So it's a circular economy.
Nice.
You plant things that help the soil. In turn, you get these beautiful vegetables that go into our bodies if you're eating more of these gulay. And it just goes around. So there is absolutely a way for the Filipinos to do this. We're an agricultural country. We
Yes.
produce so many things. And we have it already. It's just when it gets to Manila, sa bagsakan, the prices go up. There's gas and all this stuff.
Yes. So that's an interesting thing that you said, because we are an agriculture-based country, or trying to be as agriculture as we can. Do you think that our contribution within the global food sustainability is on point?
Oh, that is a really tough question. So if you mean to say, are we as sustainable in our farming?
Yes.
We're not there yet. We could really use a lot more modernization in our farming. We could really use a lot of improvement in post-harvest facilities. So when I'm out in the province, I see these beautiful vegetables, but by the time they get to Manila, wala, pisa na, because we don't have the right packaging. They're sitting in the back of hot trucks. And the person who brings it in has to throw half of it away. The price ends up being high. So there's a long way to go, but we're going to get there. There's lots of different people working on it now. I absolutely believe we can get there.
Do you think that backyard farmers is the way of the future?
Absolutely. If you and I can plant enough for us to consume, and then we get better at it, you can share it to your neighbor. You could sell it to your neighbor.
Yes. So that's
eventually.
Yes. But we have to have education and awareness.
Yep.
Within your movement, are you doing that? Are you telling the mommies and the daddies who've got extra plot of land behind their house to plant certain things, like you mentioned okra a while ago?
Yeah, you don't even need land. There's container gardening.
Oh, good for city dwellers like yourselves.
City dwellers, we teach container gardening. And just telling the people, if you just grow a little bit, you can save some money here. And you just add, we don't even spend on it. We just use the plastic bottles,
Right.
the PET bottles, turn them upside down, fill it with soil, and you can start planting. That can even turn into a business if you're
Let's
successful
talk about
at it.
that. You just said money. Let's talk about that. Since now you're educating these people, I hope you educate more around the country because it's important. But if once you've educated them on the benefits, the health benefits, the economical benefits of a plant-forward menu, how do you take it, how do you springboard to them, for example, backyard farmers, they're producing X number of okras or even eggplants.
Yep.
Do you think it can be a business that they can get into if they've got a bumper crop or a let's say extra few kilos of crops?
So my dream for Mesa and Misis, actually one of the things I started with this idea was to create carinderias.
Yes.
Because Filipinos love carinderias. We
So,
love sari-sari
karinderya
stores.
ni Misis.
Pwede rin. Pwede rin kusina ni Misis.
Yeah.
My dream is really to teach people how to eat, to cook. Sorry, my dream is to teach people how to cook things that they can sell. So instead of buying or borrowing money, which a lot of people do when they start their sari-sari stores, their carinderias, they borrow money from somebody else, right? To buy all their packaged food, their chichirya. Why not spend that on buying your kangkong, your alugbati, your eggplant, and I'll teach you how to cook that. Your margin is higher, you're creating a profit, and you're creating a healthier neighborhood. Now, that's something we're working on.
That's amazing. But I'm going to dig in deeper with that. Since you told us about the NEDA price point, which is on point, as you said, perhaps we can help our countrymen elevate that a little bit by earning, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So what profits do you think? I mean, I know we're throwing out numbers and stuff like that. I know you're not prepared for that right now because you don't have your statistics, but do you think these people can earn like $100 per serving or per batch that they make, or 200 pesos?
Okay, let's frame it this way.
Yes.
My recipes, which are bean-based and vegetable-based, they're budgeted for 2 people, and they're budgeted currently between 20 and 30 pesos, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Now, if you add your profit to that, how much is food sa karinderya? 50, 60, plus the rice, easily it's 150. You can add that there. You're earning a decent profit from that. And guess what? When you go to the karinderya, konti lang yung carne, diba?
Yes.
It's like 2 little pieces, sauce, and maybe a carrot. If I give you my 1 serving of my mongo kare-kare, that's all beans, that's all nutrition, mabubusog ka. So imagine the mongo is like 100 pesos for a kilo. 1 portion is like 1/4 of a cup, and that will double. So the profits that you could get by selling delicious dishes, their margin is higher.
That's amazing, Juana, because that's really truly inspiring because you're helping them be healthy and they can possibly earn from this.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait to see Carinderia ni Misis or Cocina ni Misis
Yes.
around. I'll try it because I can actually eat your food, right? But let's go back to how we can help our countrymen, or how you're helping your countrymen by teaching them, what percentage of a plant-forward diet should they get into in the beginning of their journey?
So they say it takes 21 days to form a habit, right? 21 days, we push it to 30 days. So we run 30-day challenges where we really force you to stick to mostly gulay. You have your fish, chicken, meat maybe twice a week. That's a good way. It's tough in the beginning, but you break into it. After a while, masarap na yung gulay. You don't miss your meat. The trick is to teach people how to cook. That's something I like to do because I can tell you to eat okra or alugbati.
Yes.
I'm blue in the face. And kung ayaw mo, it's useless. So by me teaching you how to cook, I am passing on skills, recipes. You can go on and sell that to other people.
Thank you so much, Juana, for your insights. It's truly amazing, and I can't wait to follow your progress on this. So, that's it for today's show. I'm Ferdy Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Signal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top.